Hi everyone, Stacy Holman with Positive Chaos. I'm here today because I want to show you how you can make your own findings introducing more advanced tools. In a previous video, I showed you how to use your basic tools, and you can catch the videos on my blog, Positive Chaos, and you can get there through stacyholman.com. So be sure to check that out. So we have my chain nose pliers, my flush wire cutters, and my round nose pliers. So to make these, I'm going to bring in bail making pliers. Okay, and these are from Beadsmith, and I have 3mm, 5mm, 6mm, 8.5mm. But on the market, there's so many shapes and sizes to just get really creative with all of your jewelry pieces. So with these, you can make these earrings. This is kidney shape and ear wires. And then this is a neat shape. I don't know what this is called, so I do apologize for that. But this is, I've seen this type of earring wire a lot. So without further ado, let's get started. So to get started on making your ear wires, of course you're going to need some wire. I'm using 18 gauge just for video purposes so you can see it better. However, I would not use any larger than 20 gauge wire because it does have to go in the ear, right? So we want it to feel comfortable. So do not use 18 gauge wire. I would not recommend it. You could use 20 gauge or even 22 gauge, but I wouldn't go any larger than 20. All right, so here I have different sizes. I have one here where it's a little bit longer on the bottom, shorter up here. Here it's a larger loop. Here, I like to call it the body, I guess, is a little bit longer, and this one's extra long. I did this because I want to wrap beads around here. I think that would look really cute. So it's just basically where you place your bail making pliers. So let's do that. All right, so to start, I'm going to use my round nose pliers. I'm just going to make my loop. I'm going to get as close as I can to the bottom. Just make my loop, like so. Okay. And then you can see that's a little out of place there. So I'm going to use my chain nose pliers and just put that in place, like so. Okay. And then how you get the different sizes is it just depends on the size bail you use. So I'm going to go with the smallest part here. And if I want something like this where I don't want to do anything, maybe I just want to place a bead there. So this would be the time that you put the bead on the wire, move it all the way down, and then you'll put your bail pliers right up against the bead, and then make your loop, or give it a little bit of space. Actually, give the bead, like if my bead is this big, I'm going to give it a little bit of space. Okay, but I'm going to make mine larger because I might want to, wrap a couple small beads or something, or you can just slide your beads on. So I'm going to use this one here. And it just depends on where you place your pliers on your wire. That's going to give you this space here. And it depends on how you want to embellish it. If you want to embellish it at all. If not, then you'll just put your pliers right up against that loop and then bring the wire around. Or, give it a little bit more space for a bead. Or you can wrap a thin gauge wire, maybe 28 gauge or 26 gauge wire you can wrap around there. Even choose a different color wire to wrap. That would be that would be neat. That would be neat. You can correspond the wrap with whatever beads, right? With whatever you're dangling off. All right, so I'm going to use a smaller one here. So I'm just going to wrap like so. Okay, so that part's a little too big for me, but you get the idea. And then I'm just going to wing it out a little bit so you get that slant. Now here I could place a lot of beads or a lot of wire, but again, you get the idea. And I'm just going to, you want to use your flush cutters, the flush part of your cutters towards your work. Hold on to the wire that's being cut off. And there you go. There you go. Okay, this is a little long, a little too long, but again, I can put whatever I want there. Now that I've done this part, I'll probably wrap it with wire. If you want beads here, before you use your bail pliers to make this part of the earring, you'll want to put your beads on, right? So you'll have your loop here, just put your beads on, and then you'll make this part. But that would be pretty if it's like, even if I wrap small beads right there along this part, I think that would be pretty, because you have to remember this is the back and this is the front, so that would be neat. And then another thing I recommend for earrings is using a burr cup. There's a cup here. It's really hard to see, but it's a concave. What this does is it files down the end of the wire, and then you just get the burr. You just flatten it down. Okay, you get the wire in there and you turn it like so, and it gets all the burrs off, and it's not as sharp, so it's more comfortable to go into the ear, because you don't want anything real sharp going into the ear. So I just wanted to show you that tool as well. There's a few on the market, so check that out. And I'll also have links to where you can get these tools on my blog as well. All right, so that's how you make ear wires. And again, you can make different sizes. You can embellish it however you want. So have fun with that. All right, so now we're going to make the kidney shape ear wire. So this piece is a little small, so this one will turn out smaller than this one did, but it doesn't matter because they come in many lengths. So with this one, again, I'm going to use my bail making pliers, and I have my basic tools. All right, so to start, I think I'm going to use this one here. This is the 5mm. Now I'm going to start a little off center. Okay, just a little off center, and I'm going to round it. All right. Now I'm going to use my round nose pliers. And this one here, I have to make sure I give myself enough room. On the longer part, I'm just going to kick it back. Okay. And then here, you're going to move your pliers up just a ways. You want to try to get as close as you can to the corner, to the bend here, but the bottom pliers is, you know, they're both hanging on to the straight wire here. Okay, and I'm going to move this up like so. All right, so we're almost there. Now you want to put your pliers back in that loop, but you want to turn them so that the bottom here, the one outside of the loop, is kind of in line with this bend here, with your first bend. So now we're just going to bring it out like so. Easy peasy. All right, and now we're going to make the little hanger here. All right, so I'm going to come out a little ways from that loop. Put that behind so I can make my loop. I'm actually going to go in a little bit closer because I don't have a lot of wire here. You want to make sure you give yourself plenty of room. All right, I'm just going to bend it back so that it's in line with this back one here. All right, and I'm going to trim this a little bit, just a little. But you still want that hook. All right, and I'm going to close it up a little bit more. All right, whoops, and there it is. You'll put your earring here or jump ring, but also trim this up too. You don't want it real long. Okay, and again, you can go to my website on how to use flush wire cutters. And there you go. There it is. So again, since this is the part that goes in your ear, you'll use your burr cup to kind of file that down. All right, that was easy. Now this wire here, this is even easier. Again, make your loop at the very bottom. Okay, and here you can use whatever size you want. I'm going to, I'll go with this one here. I'm going to go with 5mm. So now I like the part that goes in the ear to be slightly shorter than the dangle. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just bend it like so. All right, now I'm not going to bend it close. And then I have a dowel here that I'm going to use. The wire really isn't that large, but I just want to get that general shape in there. Okay. All right, you can close it even more. Get my shape in there. And then again, this part goes in your ear. Use your burr cup and remove that. So now you can it would be really pretty to wire wrap some small beads on this side here, maybe corresponding to whatever you're going to dangle off of here, maybe a tassel or a bunch of beads or beaded tassel. It'd be really cool to wire wrap some beads here. Or what you can do is place beads on, you know. I don't know if I would go all the way up because the beads could start sliding unless you use a smaller bail. You could do that. but I like the wire wrapping idea. So that'd be really cool. So there you go. There's some more handmade ear wires for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video on different ways you can use your basic tools, but incorporate more advanced tools with making your own findings, your own ear findings, or jewelry making findings. So if you have any questions, I can be reached at positivechaossh@gmail.com. Also, make sure you visit my blog, Positive Chaos. You can get there through stacyholman.com. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, please get a hold of me. And I'll see you on my blog.